I'm John Barker, the award-winning pitmaster at Skull & Mortar and Beach Bum Barbecue, and you're watching Flavors of the Fire. Today, I'm going to show you how to use the AutoIgnite to make a bomb prime rib. Now, a lot of people pat this dry, and you can certainly do that and then recoat it with oil, but we are going to leave the moisture from the bag on here. We're going to use that moisture so that our rubs adhere. The first rub I'm going to use for this is a brisket rub made by our pals over at Smokin' Simmons. Now, we're just gonna give this a good, thick, solid coat. This is a hearty piece of meat. It can take a good amount of seasoning. We're gonna make sure that we coat the sides here. And then we're gonna go back over it with some Skull & Mortar barbecue rub. And for this, you don't wanna do a whole lot. You just wanna give it a nice dusting, just to mix in some of those flavors. But again, in this one, the beef is the star of the show. Once we've coated those 3 sides, we're gonna flip it over. I guess that's 4 sides if I knew how to count. We're gonna go ahead and turn it over, and we're gonna season the meat side the exact same way. We're gonna give it a healthy dose of this brisket rub. Alternately, you can use something like Montreal steak seasoning, any sort of like heavy coarse grind salt and pepper rub, because you really want those pops of flavor. So we've got that going, and now we're gonna hit our herbs on top. So we're gonna take some rosemary, and you just scrape it right off just like that. I like to do it in kind of small portions so I don't get any big chunks chunked together. And then we're gonna take some thyme, and we're gonna throw that on top there. And then we're just gonna come through and kind of rough chop that up. Now, you can also add garlic to this, but our rubs have a lot of garlic in them already. So we're just gonna take these and kind of sprinkle them in over the top, push it in just a little bit, and get some over onto the sides a little bit. That's fine too. But mostly is not a word. Mostly we want to make sure that we get the top part of this really herb crusted. And guys, that's all it takes right there. That's all the prep work it takes to make a bomb prime rib. We have our smoker set at 250 degrees. We're just going to throw that right on there, and we're literally just going to let it do its thing until we reach an internal temperature of 140 degrees. Guys, so we have our prime rib pulled off the grill. It's been on the grill for about 2.5 to 3 hours. Now, a bigger size prime rib might take a little bit longer to cook. This one's a little bit smaller, obviously. Now, what do we do with it? We seasoned it with a salt and pepper based rub. We hit it with a little bit of barbecue rub. Then we put some rough chopped thyme and rosemary on top of it. And then we put it on our smoker at 250 degrees, and we just let the meat do what it does. It's that simple. Don't do too much. Don't overthink it. Let's cut into this prime rib. As you can tell, we got a beautiful crust. Let's rotate that just a little bit here. And you can just see that juice pouring off of it. Now we got this probably a little closer to well done versus a medium I was hoping for, but just watch those internals and you'll get it exactly where you want it. You can see it's a little more medium there on the inside. Now I want to piece this a little more medium, so I'm going to take my piece from the inside here, just give it a cut. Weird. That's so good. With some of the outside crust there. It's phenomenal, man. This is great, and it only gets better. Prime rib is literally one of the best things you can smoke. We got a nice pecan smoke on it. It's so good. I'm John Barker. You can catch me at Skull & Mortar everywhere. This has been Flavors of the Fire here at Masterbuilt. Check me out soon with a brand new recipe. I'll see you then.